Attachments Installation Instruction of XCMG PAVER RP603L. RP603 and RP603L PAVER use XCMG E475T hydraulic screed, which can be installed with bolt-on extensions as well as various optional attachments to achieve two kinds of paving width ranges, including 2.5 meters to 4.75 meters and 4.75 meters to 6 meters. Installation of screed attachments. The E475T series screed can only be equipped with bolt-on extensions with width of 625 millimeters. These 625 millimeter extensions can be installed on both right and left side of the main screed. Without the screed bolt-on extensions, the pave width range is from 2.5 meters to 4.75 meters. E475T screed can reach maximum pave width of 6 meters with bolt-on extensions. Its pave width range is from 3.75 meters to 6 meters. Select screed extensions and related attachments according to required pave width. Installation of screed bolt-on extensions. Stretch out the hydraulic extensions completely and lift the screed plate to about 3 centimeters above the ground and put wooden board under it. Ensure that the extension is only affected by its own gravity during the installation of screed extensions in order to facilitate the height adjustment of the screed base plate. Disassembly front baffle of bolt-on extensions. Insert height adjusting bolt of the bolt-on extensions into the adjusting hole. Connect the bolt-on extensions and hydraulic extensions with bolts. Do not tighten the bolts before all bolts are turned to proper position, and adjusting pin in closed bus bar is loosened. Adjust the eccentric adjustment pin of the bolt-on extensions with the knob, so that bolt-on extensions are on the same plane as the front and rear base plate of the hydraulic extensions. Finally, tighten all the bolts which connect the bolt-on extensions and the hydraulic extensions. Caution: due to different using frequency of the bolt-on extensions and hydraulic extensions, there will be thickness difference caused by the wear of base plate. Thus, it is necessary to compensate the thickness difference by adjusting the height adjustment device of the bolt-on extensions. Replace the failed screed base plate in time. Align the marking arrow on the nylon sleeve on the bolt-on extensions with the gap in the ring gear on the hydraulic extensions by turning the vibration shaft of the bolt-on extensions. Push the nylon sleeve inward to engage with the gear ring until the spacer pin pops out. Front baffle installation. Insert the plug of the electric heating cable on the screed into the electric heating socket on the hydraulic extensions and make it tight. Installation of striker plate. Remove the bolts of striker plate from the main Screed frame. Connect the striker plate of the hydraulic extensions to the frame of the main Screed by bolts. Connect the striker plate of bolt-on extensions to the front plate of the bolt-on extensions by bolts. Connect the striker plate of the hydraulic extensions and bolt-on extensions by bolts. Demonstration of Screed extension operation. Installation of the side skirt and bracket. Connect the side skirt of Screed to bolt-on extensions or hydraulic extensions with bolts. Engage the bracket into the end face of the bolt-on extensions or hydraulic extensions through the hitch pin on it. Fix the bracket onto the end face by bolts. Connect the installation slot pad with the bolt-on extensions or hydraulic extensions by bolts. Push the side skirt from front of bracket into bracket chute. Attach the chain to the adjustable chain holder on the bracket. The height of the movable side skirt can be adjusted by turning the rotary adjusting handle above the chaining seat. Turn clockwise to lift the movable side skirt. Turn counterclockwise to lower the movable side skirt. Fix the rotary adjusting handle by adjusting the top thread. Caution: the amount of material leakage on both sides of the Screed can be adjusted by regulating the height of the side skirt. Regulate the height in real time according to the actual requirements. Install the armrest and fixing rod of Auger material level instrument. Remove the fixing rod from the material level instrument assembly frame. Screw the screws at the bottom of the rod into the mounting screw holes in the front of the bracket and tighten them. Insert the armrest into the corresponding plug and bolt it. Connect Screed control box holder to the rear part of the bracket by screws. Place the horizontal tube on the corresponding plug on the bracket. Make sure that the horizontal tube faces forward and can be turned towards the outside of the Screed. Bolt the horizontal tube and gland on the bolt. Adjust the gland tightness by adjusting the bolts. Let the horizontal tube at a suitable rotational tightness. Caution: the tightness of the horizontal tube of leveling instrument shall keep the leveling instrument firm under Screed vibration. The horizontal tube can be rotated manually to adjust the relative position of the leveling instrument and the leveling reference when necessary. Install the leveling instrument support on the horizontal tube of the leveling instrument. And fix it by the rocker handle. Caution: the position of leveling instrument support should be collinear with the Auger rod or slightly in front of it. Installation of PAVER attachments. Select PAVER attachments based on the actual width. Caution: installation of attachments will reduce the working width of Screed. Attachments installation for pave width of 4.75 meters to 6 meters. Auger rod configuration. Auger rod of main Screed, 750 mm lengthening shaft, 1202 mm lengthening shaft. Baffle plate configuration. Transition baffle plate, 830 rotary baffle plate, 250 mm front baffle plate, 500 mm front baffle plate. Pull rod configuration. Horizontal pull rod, side pull rod. Select and install the lengthening auger shaft according to the actual pave width requirements. Use 750 mm lengthening auger shaft for pave width of 4.75 meters to 5.5 meters. Use 1202 mm lengthening auger shaft for pave width of above 5.5 meters. Remove the fan blades and axle shaft sleeve at the end of the auger rod of main Screed. Insert the thicker and hollow end of the selected lengthening auger shaft into the end of the main Screed auger rod and align the two mounting holes for the blade. Install the blades of lengthening auger shaft. Install the AR42-1 bridge blades on the connection between right lengthening auger shaft and main Screed auger rod with bolts. Install the AR42-1 bridge blades. On the connection between left lengthening auger shaft and main Screed auger rod with bolts respectively. Caution: the model mark shall face inward. Install the AR603-1 blades separately in the remaining positions of the right lengthening auger shaft. Install the AL603-1 blades separately in the remaining positions of the left lengthening auger shaft. Caution: install in circles and complete the fixation in turn. Hook the 830 mm rotary front baffle plate hook to the transition baffle and install it with bolts. Install the tie rod holder. Install side pull rod and fixed pin. Caution: the fixing pins are installed with self-locking nuts, and the direction of the fixing pins should be the same as the direction of the fixing pins on the PAVER. Adjust the length of pull rod. Make the front striker plate in a level position with uniform force. Tighten the length adjustment enclosed bus bar of the pull rod. Install horizontal pull rod and fixed pin. And adjust the length of the pull rod. Caution: fix both ends of the cotter pin to ensure that both sides of the cotter adjusting length are identical. Ensure simultaneous upper and lower adjustment of the horizontal pull rod. Ensure identical front and rear width of the front material groove, and that the groove in a level position with uniform force. Tighten the length adjustment in closed bus bar of the pull rod. According to the actual pave width requirement, select whether to install 250mm, 500mm front baffle plate or not. Install and fix them to the 830mm rotary baffle with bolts. Attachments installation for paving 2.5 to 4.75 meters. Auger rod configuration. Auger rod of main screed. 500mm lengthening shaft or 750mm lengthening shaft. Baffle plate configuration. Transition baffle plate 250mm front baffle plate, 500mm front baffle plate. Attachments installation for paving width of 2.5 to 3.5 meters. In this case, no need to install PAVER attachments. Attachments installation for paving width of 3.5 to 4 meters. In this case, a 250mm front baffle shall be installed. Attachments installation for paving width of 4 to 4.5 meters. In this case, it is necessary to install 500mm lengthening auger shaft. Hydraulic extensions. $500mm front baffle plate. Attachments installations for pave width of 4.5 to 4.75 meters. In this case, it is necessary to install 500mm lengthening auger shaft or 750mm lengthening auger shaft, 250mm front baffle plate, and 500mm front baffle plate and striker plate of hydraulic extensions. Installation of Screed control box. Bolt the fixed plate of Screed control box to the support on the bracket. Insert the Screed control box into the fixed plate and adjust the top thread under the fixed plate to secure the Screed control box. Connect the Screed control box to the socket connector on the hydraulic extensions via the connecting wire. Caution: the disassembly and assembly of the Screed control box can only be carried out while the machine powers off. Avoid loose connection. Installation of ultrasonic material level sensor. Insert the mounting base of ultrasonic level sensor into the fixed rod on the bracket. Insert the ultrasonic level sensor into the mounting base. Adjust the beam angle of the ultrasonic level sensor to align it with the powder silo output, and tighten the handle on the ultrasonic level sensor mounting base. Secure the position angle of the ultrasonic level sensor. Caution: do not irradiate the ultrasonic material level sensor on blade, auger rod, and baffle plate and other shielding objects, which will affect the sensing precision. Use its own spiral line to connect the ultrasonic level sensor to the socket on the Screed control box. Caution: the disassembly and assembly of the ultrasonic material level sensor can only be carried out while the machine powers off. Avoid loose connection. Installation of leveling instrument. Install the leveling instrument at the mounting area under the leveling instrument bracket. Secure it by tightening the handle. The leveling instrument shall face the rear of the screed. Use its own spiral line to connect the leveling instrument to the socket on the Screed control box. Caution: the disassembly and assembly of the leveling instrument can only be carried out while the machine powers off. Avoid loose connection. Select to install slide boot or slide bar. Slide boots are used when selecting curbstone or paved pavement as the leveling reference. Slide bars are used when selecting steel wire or aluminum alloy beam as the leveling reference. Connect the slide boot or slide bar to the rocker arm of leveling instrument and counterweight hammer. Connect the connected rocker arm mechanism with the leveling instrument angle pull and fix it with the top thread. Adjust the counterweight hammer so that the rocker arm can sag naturally. Caution: ensure that the flat side of the angle pull of the leveling instrument face the rear of the paver. Ensure that the rocker arm can swing backwards or counterclockwise freely when the paver is moving forward. Leveling instrument should be installed in front of the auger rod. Height adjustment of screed. The screed needs to be adjusted after the attachment is installed. Adjustment of the height difference between the hydraulic extensions and main screed. Height adjustment device of the extensions. It is mainly used to fit the height of the hydraulic extension to the height of the main screed. Adjust two adjustment levers on one side of the screed hydraulic extension frame. Make the bottom surface of the base plate of extensions in the same plane with the bottom surface of the main screed base plate. Avoid the deviation of paving thickness. Height adjustment shall be carried out during paving. Adjustment method. Loosen 4 fixed bolts. Use a wrench to turn the lever connected to the sprocket. The hydraulic extension rises relative to the main screed when turning counterclockwise. and declines conversely. Tighten the bolts after adjustment. First, pre-adjust it to position of 7 mm before paving. Observe by adjusting the roller on the device. Caution: two height adjustment devices on the same hydraulic extension must have the same adjustment range. Screed crown adjustment. Screed crown can be adjusted through the crown adjusting device at the central junction of the screed. Adjust crown by turning the adjusting bolt. A ruler is used to observe the crown. Grease every lubrication point after installation. Crawler tension and relaxation. The driving mechanism is usually maintenance-free. Check frequently if the crawler is tensioned. Specific method is as follows. Fill grease with grease gun. The crawler needs to be tightened so that the gap between the round disc at the end of the spring and the reinforcement reaches 1 to 5 mm. Crawler tensioning is completed. To loosen the crawler, simply unscrew the hex nut next to the check valve. The tightening force can be reduced when the grease overflows. Caution: when relaxing the crawler, all the hexagonal bolts shall not be removed at one time. Otherwise, excessive pressure may cause injuries. Caution: check periodically whether the bolt M18 by 1.5 by 70 connecting the crawler and the machine is loose or not. Tighten or replace it in time with a tightening torque of 180 nanometers.